Hey guys, it's Crunchman 2.0, and today I'm going to bring you the deck profile of the Yang Zing deck I took to the Morristown OTS this Saturday. I got into the top 8 with it, and let's get started. 3 Swanee, 3 Beyond, 3 Bixie, 3 Jiaotu, 1 Puao, 3 Chiwen. That's the standard Yang Zing lineup. And then we have 2 main deck maxis, because I was hoping that it would be useful against Burning Abyss Game 1, because without side, the Burning Abyss game is slightly difficult, even though we do have access to Yahtzee. 2 Yang Zing Path, standard. 2 Dark Hole, staple. Soul Charge, staple. 3 Mesh T. Vanities, you lose to Vanities, and Clifford is a thing. Book of Moon, staple. Snatch Deal, and this card's stupid. Bottomless Torrential, staples. Bottomless was really useful against stuff like Virgil and Pendulum Summons for Clip. Torrential, self-explanatory. You go plus off of your opponent's monster. So, I tech 2 Wing Blast because I didn't have any Mind Crushes to play, and they worked fairly well. It was nice setting people back a turn. 3 Yang Zing Creation because you can get free plussing when your monster dies. 2 Skill Drains, your win condition. I wish I had mained the third. 2 Wiretaps to counter the Yosenju trap card, and a Solemn Warning. Extra deck, we have 3 Xyz monsters in the form of Abyss Dweller, Castel, and Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. I think I went into Castel once and Dark Rebellion twice, neither times which it was necessary. 1 Herald of Arclight. He's good to get you get a pseudo loop with him and Boxia, because Boxia can destroy a Yang Zing, bring back Arclight, and then you get another Yang Zing. So then you have a free once per turn tribute negate. Bring it back next turn, get a plus. It's pretty nice. Armades, it's really good against Burning Abyss if you can actually get this thing out, assuming they don't Fire Lake your monsters beforehand. Goyo, it's useful against like heroes. Yeah, it works against heroes because I was like taking aliases. And, yeah. Black Rose, it nukes field. It's a good card. Never made it, but I did see someone else make a Black Rose for 6 against one of my teammates, and I felt bad for him, but it was pretty funny. 2 Yahtzee, it's pretty much your only hope against Burning Abyss, and it's really good against hero players if they don't play Raigeki or Dark Hole, because they literally cannot do anything to Yahtzee. Boxia, he's the boss because he spins stuff back to deck. He gives you recycling power by bringing the monsters back from your grave. Beals, he's just an indestructible, ginormous beater when you make him with Swanee and Bixie. Unaffected by traps, and just punching people for 35 is really nice. Mistworm, never made it, but it was a 9 option. And bouncing stuff can be useful. Leo, he poses a similar threat to Burning Abyss, but if I have the option between Yahtzee and Leo, I always pick Yahtzee over Leo. But he is there just in case. Because if you make Leo unaffected by spell cards, trap cards, and battle, he's pretty hard to get over. Star Eater, he's the out to Towers. I had no way to make him when Towers was out against me though, sadly. We play 1 Maxi to finish out the playset. 2 copies of Effect Veil for Necros. 2 Mirror Force, because it works really well against heroes and Necros. Because Gungnir can only protect one of them, and they only play 1 Gungnir, so. 2 Dust Tornado for the Clifford matchup. At first I was going to be playing Vanity's Emptiness in place of this, and I really wish I had played the Vanities, because even though it stops my deck, since everyone else is already playing it, it would have been a lot more useful in the Clifford matchup than these would have been. 2 Breakthrough Skills for the Yosenju matchup, because if they can get out all their monsters, they'll just bounce everything you have, and you really can't come back from that. 1 Imperial Iron Wall for the Spirit Beast matchup, which I was not expecting to see, and it turned out that was correct, as there was only 1 Spirit Beast player. 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance. This card is for heroes to an extent, but mostly for Clifford and Necros, because you want to slow them down as much as possible, because they will literally annihilate you with their speed. The 3rd Skill Drain. Yeah, wish it was in the main deck. And 2 Shadow Mirrors for Burning Abyss. Okay, so as for my matchups, round 1 I was dueling against Heroes, and it was a fairly easy 2-0 for me because I had all the answers for the Dark Laws and such. Game 1 and 2 I opened Dark Hole, so I was able to stop the Max Hero Dark Law. I had the MSTs when I got out Anti-Spell in game 2 and had MSTs for his set mask changes he had to play. And the 19, he only played 1 alias, so I just got rid of that. And then he was just defending with Bubbleman, and it didn't last very long. Round 2 was against Burning Abyss. I drew bad both games. Never saw Jiao 2 or a way to get to him. I quickly got 2-0'd by him. Round 3, I went against Satellar Knights. I won game 1. Lost game 2 pretty hard. No, I lost game 1. I won game 2. It was actually kind of a struggle to do that though because Stellar Knight Trevere is the thing. And then game 3, he put me under Trevere loop like turn 2 or 3, and I kept going minus every turn because he'd shuffle back, discard, make another Trevere, bounce his crap back, discard another card, so I was losing 2 cards per turn, and this deck doesn't really keep hand advantage per se, so just losing your cards is not good. So I lost that match. Round 4 I went against Burning Abyss. He was one of my teammates, and I managed to 2-0 him. No, it was 2-1, yeah. I lost game 1, then proceeded to win games 2 and 3. Game 3 was actually pretty amusing because I had sighted in the 3rd skill drain and both Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors. And I had activated Shadow Mirror on his tour guide. He chains Twister to destroy a Shadow Mirror. So I chain a skill drain, paying 1,000. He chains MST to destroy skill drain. And then I flip up a 2nd skill drain, and that pretty much secured the game there. Because I had a Yahtzee that he could not kill with Raigeki, and he could not find his Raigeki either. It was towards the bottom of his deck, I believe. So at that point I was 2-2, and then we went to round 5, and I dueled Heroes again. And that was I think that was a pretty easy game for me. Yeah, I believe I got OTK'd game 1. Well, I mean, that happens. Game 2 and 3, though, Anti-Spell Fragrance just shut him down. He just couldn't do anything. At one point, he was able to snatch steal a Swanee and make a Blade Armor Ninja. Well, I had 2 Swanees out. He snatched one. He started to go into an Abyss Dweller, but then he changed his mind and went into a Blade Armor, and then I just Mirror Forged it, and he lost. Then we cut to top 8, and I dueled against the 1st place Cliffort player. I annihilated in game 1. Game 2, there was a dispute with the judge, and he could have got a game loss, but got off the warning. So then we went to game 3, and I bricked, and he won. So I was out of the tournament by that point. But it was alright, it was fun, and I think the Yang Zing did perform fairly well. Yep. So this was the 8th place deck profile for the Morristown OTS, Yang Zing. Comment, like, subscribe for more videos, and I'm out.